Backstage at the GNR show with Adam Day. Adam, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me.
I
Nice
know
to see you guys.
You are really busy.
We have our moments here, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long show and a lot going on.
It's a 3-hour show, right?
3.5. If you want to get technical.
God, how many guitars do you go through?
He'll probably play about 15 a show.
Wow.
You know, we got about 28 on the road here, and we kind of bring them in and out.
How often do you go between string changes? Because they're not playing them a lot, but...
No, I go about every 8 or 9 songs. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, he's tough on everything.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
sweats a lot. And
Plays hard.
He plays hard, passionately hard.
Yeah.
So, you know, I try to stay ahead of the curve, and
Yeah.
you know, because he'll break strings.
Right.
So.
Well, let's start with this.
Yeah.
Tell me the whole story on this.
Well, this is a 1987 Standard, and this was one of the first 2 that Gibson gave him when he first got his Gibson deal in '87. So this started on the road on the Appetite for Destruction tour.
Wow.
And as you can see, it's served its time. It's been broken several times. It was his main guitar through the Appetite and most of the Use Your Illusion tours as well.
Wow.
You know?
Now, you've been with Slash for how long now?
I started in '88.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so you and that guitar have a lot of miles.
Yeah, we go back.
Yeah.
You know, he was playing with Alice Cooper, and the cherry fell out of his cigarette. Landed right here. He was jamming with Steve Winwood, Nile Rodgers, playing a Hendrix song, and he did one of these neck bends, snapped the neck right in half. The headstock came up and hit him in the face, and the guitar was dangling by its strings. And that was a real rock and roll moment there.
Yeah, that is great. That's great. So, okay, besides the repairs of, you know, broken headstocks and such, what else have you done to it? The pickups, are those?
These are his Seymour Duncan Alnico 2 Pros. Pretty much we put in everything, except there's a few that we like the sound of the Gibson pickups in.
Other than that, what other modifications have you made?
There's not much. A couple of them will have select value of tone capacitors. Mm-hmm. He'll play with his tone quite a bit, and certain songs need a certain value of tone capacitance.
Yeah.
So other than that, there's not much. You know, he's played so many guitars through the years that he's used to playing different radius necks, different fret wire. So he's got preferences, but he'll just play anything.
Right.
You know,
that's great.
That works for him.
You know, it's interesting. You ride that bridge up, that stop tailpiece up high, right?
Well, these Standards had a greater neck to body angle than the reissues, for one thing. But mainly, I try to keep the bridge from having too much of a break angle.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because he plays so hard here, and if I put this tailpiece down to the right down to the body, he'll be snapping strings before you know it.
Well, I guess that is going to relieve some of that pressure.
Yeah,
that's great. Do you find it tough? I know during sound check you have to play, and do you find it difficult playing with the guitar that low, or are you just used to it?
I'm used to it. I can't play everything at that, but I can't play everything anyway. But I play what I need to play.
Yeah.
At this level, so I am used to that.
Yeah. Well, that's an amazing bit of rock and roll history.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at its
all right. Well,
brother or cousin or whatever.
This is a replica that Gibson did of what they call the Appetite for Destruction guitar.
Yeah.
Which actually was the Appetite for Destruction guitar. It's not actually Gibson. This one is. The original replica was not a Gibson.
That's right. Who made that guitar?
It was a gentleman named Chris Derrick, and he's since passed. But there was a few of these going around, and his manager brought this into the studio during Appetite for Destruction. And the original's got such a unique voice, and he's used it. I've been around for most of the recordings, and that guitar has been on quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, and so later on, Gibson took this into their own hands. They took the guitar and they modeled it, and he's probably got about a half dozen of these.
Well, how close is it? If you were to A/B them, can you hear a difference?
You know, I haven't A-B'd them in the studio, at least in a long time. I'm sure you'd hear a slight difference.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so hard to replicate the sonics no matter
Sure.
what you do.
Yeah.
You know, you can get the weight of the wood, you can get everything right, but it's not always going to sound identical. And that guitar just has this unique mid-range voice.
Yeah.